Hey everyone, welcome to my quick overview of Seeyour.events virtual event platform. We put it together to kind of bring together video conferencing links, whether that be Zoom links, Hangouts links, Teams links, WebEx links, anything that has a link. YouTube videos can be pre-recorded too using the platform. So let me give you a quick rundown. First off, the header that you get to when you load the event page. This is totally customizable. You can have videos, you could have a background image, you could just have a block of color, whatever suits your event. Generic about section, some downloads, whether you have some materials specific to the event you want to give away. Some featured sessions. This is a slider, so on a mobile or a tablet you can swipe these with your finger. News section, pretty self-explanatory. These are all news articles written by the organizer of the event, and a contact form which goes straight through to the organizer of the event. So if we click one of the links for the webinars, we will open up a page that's been put together kind of with sponsorship and revenue in mind. It's a bit of a holding page for the session that can include sponsors. Need to change the sizing there a little bit. Promotional videos, about section, again, contact goes straight through to the organizer, and discussion. So you might want to direct people here after the session for Q&A, if you like. When the session is uploaded to the site, the organizer has a few options: start time, duration. They can set a time for the event to be published. They can set a time for it to expire and disappear from the site. So if you want to encourage Q&A, you probably wouldn't set it to expire from the site as soon as it finished. Likewise, the rest of the schedule can be found on the left here. Clicking one of these will enter an equivalent room. Once the timer's dropped to 0, your enter button appears. Again, that's kind of with sponsorship in mind, so that people will hopefully have a little peruse. Download, session packs, that kind of thing, or of course, go back to the event. I think that kind of covers the sessions. Let's have a look at the exhibition wall. So this can be called anything that you like. Can be called an exhibition wall, can be called an antiques fair, can be called one-to-one sessions, anything you want. It's essentially a place for your delegates or event goers to come and exhibit themselves. We put it together very image-based, so rather than loads and loads of text for the user to digest, bunch of images. You're likely to, I guess, your eyes are drawn to the most striking images. Maybe this block of yellow here, as opposed to something a bit more generic. All of these can be labeled as partners, recommended, featured, anything that you want. And then once you enter one, you're in the exhibitor's own little world. So the company name, obviously, their website, their address, details. This is a fake number. A little exhibitor pass, as you might expect. So this particular exhibitor works for this company, and this is his job title. Contact details can be there, or if you don't want to upload them at the point of creating this page, you don't have to. QR code will open this page on your mobile device, obviously. Feel free to try it. And again, a download, you might want to set a business card or something of that sorts. Back to the event if you want to, back to the exhibition. Enter the meeting room. This is a feature you can have if you like, whereby you enter a direct one-on-one room with the exhibitor. So much like an exhibitor stand, if you want to have a chat with them, in you go. And then I guess the exhibitors can have control over the room and let people in and out as and when they can. This is where it gets quite interesting. So exhibitors can actually post news articles of their own. This particular event, exhibitor's called Seeyour.events. These are all his articles. Bit of a contact form again. If I enter one of these articles, let me just open a new link. Or what you would do is enter a news page, just like the page you would have entered had you opened one of the organisers' news articles on the homepage. At this point, however, you're presented with related articles. So these are all written by different people. So at this point, you're kind of encouraging your delegates to be active. If they create articles, create content on the site, they're going to be seen around the site for creating, these articles, for being active in your event. It doesn't have to be a, huge article. It can be just an interesting, point, I guess, to make. But by creating as many articles as possible, they're exposing themselves at your event as much as possible, which is probably a good thing. Contact form goes through to the exhibitor again, and then again discussion at the bottom. So that's kind of how the exhibitor section works. It's completely customizable. If you want to do something different with it, we probably can. Just let us know. Another area is discussions, which is, I guess, similar to news, except we're kind of prompting, discussion, I guess. So again, we might need to do a bit with this, a bit plain at the moment. You can enter a discussion topic. These are currently displayed by random. They can be ordered however you like. Again, all different users who've posted these. If you enter one, you come to a similar page to the news article, only it's kind of more geared around discussion. Obviously, there's no discussion here, but if you were to create a comment, you end up with a cascading discussion. And again, related discussion topics alongside. So we're really trying to encourage people to get involved with the event, to talk, to chat, to create articles, to create discussions. The more they do that, the more they'll be seen at the event. So if I go back to home page, which I've lost. I've lost it because I've gone off it. In that case, what I'll show you next is the dashboard. In fact, while I'm doing that, I'll go back to the event. So, on the dashboard, this is a delegates dashboard. Previously, you've seen sessions and discussions that have been listed on the website for public digestion, I guess. I say public. It's actually the whole event is protected by password or protected to logged in users only. So obviously, if you have an event with registered users, that's no problem. We can handle registration for you as well if you like. Delegate dashboards, generic office-based links at the top. Meeting schedules we'll come to in a sec. Discussions, so this is where they would create discussions. These are some that this delegate wrote. Exhibition stand, that's where they create their exhibitor cards. This guy hasn't got one. And this is where they manage all their articles. So, meetings. This is essentially where you've seen public content on the rest of the site. Once you're in the user's dashboards, you're going to see content specific to them. So this particular delegate has been added to 2 meetings, one of which contains these 3 folk, including himself. The other is a bit of an extension of the meeting in that it's actually a sponsored lunch table. Just a little idea. You can encourage random networking, create sponsored lunch tables during your lunch hour and just chuck people on it at random. Give people a chance to have a one-to-one with some people they might not otherwise have chosen. Sorry, being able to. So if I remove our delegate from that lunch table and then refresh the page, you will see that it disappears. So they're no longer on that lunch table because it was a bit above them, we think maybe. So they're off the table and they can no longer see it. So they can't enter the table. So you're kind of creating private rooms, meeting rooms, whatever you want to call them. Discussions work in a similar way. So you can create a public topic or a private discussion if you wanted to contact someone specifically who you know is at the event. Likewise, organisers can do this and create discussions amongst themselves. In fact, while we're at it, let me show you the organiser dashboard very quickly. It's very similar. I can't drag it onto the page. Never mind. It's a very similar dashboard, but obviously they can control content such as webinar sessions, downloads, things like that. And I think that's about it in a nutshell. There's lots more to it, lots more it can do. It can look like pretty much anything you want. I'll go back to the home page just to show you again one more time. No, I didn't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so just if it takes your interest, please do get in touch with us. This will go straight through to us, so drop us a little message, and we'd love to talk to you about your event. One last thing, the chat bubble. This will be active during an event, so that throughout your event there is on-hand human support for the duration, whether that's for you or whether that's for your delegates or anyone. And I think the song is ending right now, so on that note, thanks for listening. I hope you're interested. Please do get in touch if you are interested.